It's Friday, everyone. What do we do on Fridays here at the Hint Hive? That's right, we smash the patriarchy. Hello, my fearless femmes. Welcome back to the Hint Hive, amplifying women's voices. I'm Kelly Hint, queen bee of this hive, your host, your ride or die feminist life coach and psychotherapist with a megaphone full of truth and a heart full of fire. Today, we're diving into a topic that so many of us have danced around for years, sometimes with a tight throat, sometimes with a clenched fist. Women and assertiveness, why speaking up still feels dangerous. Let's get real. If you've ever left a room and thought, why didn't I just say it? Why did I hold back? Or maybe you tried to speak up only to be shut down, mocked, or labeled as too much. Yeah, I see you. And Queen, you are so not alone. This isn't a personal failing. It's a cultural script we've all been handed. And today, we are ripping it up. Let's start with the cold hard facts. Research consistently shows that when women are assertive at work, they're often rated as less likable, more aggressive, and even less competent compared to their male counterparts who exhibit the exact same behaviors. This phenomenon is known as the backlash effect, and it's not just limited to the office. It shows up everywhere. In boardrooms where women are interrupted mid-sentence, in classrooms where girls are praised for being quiet over being curious, at family dinners where setting a boundary is seen as causing drama, and yes, even on first dates where confidence is mistaken for arrogance. The backlash effect is a cultural boomerang. When women step out of the mold society has shaped for them, that mold tries to snap right back around them. But why does it happen? Well, because for centuries, literally centuries, femininity has been boxed into a mold that says we must be accommodating, nurturing, and quiet. From the time we're little girls, we're rewarded for being polite, agreeable, and selfless. We're trained to smile when we feel rage, to nod when we want to scream, to compromise when we want to demand. Meanwhile, boys are taught to speak up, take charge, lead loudly, and take up space like it's their birthright. That conditioning sticks, my friends. Assertiveness in women directly challenges those outdated gender roles baked into our cultural DNA. And when we challenge that, the system doesn't just resist, it tries to correct us. It punishes us. Because assertiveness from a woman isn't just unexpected, it's treated as a threat. And the more marginalized your identity, the more dangerous that threat is perceived to be. This isn't just a vibe. It's systemic and it's everywhere. Think about how often assertive women in politics are painted as cold, unlikable, or power hungry. Meanwhile, men showing the same confidence are praised as strong leaders. Women in medicine, tech, academia, law, you name it, have to advocate 10 times harder just to be taken seriously, let alone respected. And let's talk intersectionality, because the stakes aren't the same for everyone. Women of color are disproportionately labeled as angry, hostile, or combative for the same assertiveness that might be brushed off or even admired in white women. Queer women, trans women, and disabled women? The layers of scrutiny and silencing they face aren't just more frequent, they're more dangerous. People, this is not about personality differences. This is about power, privilege, and centuries-old systems that still police how and if women are allowed to use their voices. So if your nervous system lights up like a Christmas tree, racing heart, sweaty palms, voice trembling, every time you assert a boundary or ask for something you rightfully deserve, hear me when I say this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are having a completely natural response to a deeply ingrained, historically reinforced cultural threat. You're responding to a real risk, a risk that still echoes in workplaces, relationships, and even in our own self-talk. Our society has not fully unlearned the fear that it taught us. But awareness is the first crack in that armor. And every time you feel that surge and you choose to speak anyway, girlfriend, you are not just healing yourself. You are breaking cycles for everyone who comes after you. And that is amazing. That is empowerment, doing the thing that you fear. Despite the fact that you're sick to your stomach and you speak up anyway, that right there, my friends, is empowerment. Now let's talk about redefining assertiveness on our own terms. Let's reclaim it. Assertiveness is not aggression. It's not yelling. It's not domination. It's not arrogance. And it's definitely not unfeminine. It's not some masculine-coded trait that we have to borrow like an ill-fitting suit. It is already ours. It lives in our truth, in our clarity, in our courage to speak even when our voice shakes. Assertiveness is about presence and being unapologetically in your body, in your values, and in your power, even when the world wants you to shrink. Assertiveness at its core is about honoring your truth, out loud, in action, and without apology. It's the act of standing grounded in your worth, even when the ground feels shaky, even when the voices around you tell you to sit down. It's not about being louder than others. It's about refusing to mute yourself. It's saying what needs to be said clearly, firmly, and kindly, without stepping on others and without stepping on yourself. It's claiming your space, not asking for it. And most of all, it's trusting that your truth is not just valid, it's necessary. I like to define assertiveness like this: the courage to honor your needs, wants, and boundaries while respecting the needs of others. It's not a performance, my friends. It's not about tone policing yourself into palatability. It's about stepping into your full humanity and taking responsibility for your truth. Boom. That's it. No apologies. No shrinking. No pretending you're fine when you're not. Because your truth isn't too much. It's just been waiting for permission you don't need to give anymore. We need to challenge the idea that women should only speak up if they can do it with a smile or in a way that cushions everyone else's ego. Because let's be real, that's just another way of saying speak, but don't make anyone uncomfortable. And that's not freedom, it's performance. You can be kind and assertive. You can be empathetic and bold. You can express your truth without wrapping it in bubble wrap for everyone else's comfort. You can be powerful without permission and without the need to minimize your presence to make others feel more secure. Speaking up does not have to be soft to be valid. It just has to be real. Okay, time to get practical. Let's talk about 7 actionable steps to flex your assertiveness muscle like the badass queen that you are. First step, name the fear. Before you even open your mouth, take a beat and get radically honest. What exactly am I afraid will happen if I speak up? Will I be judged, dismissed, labeled as dramatic or ungrateful? Will I risk losing connection, approval, or even opportunity? Naming the fear is not weakness, it's strategy. Because when you can see the fear clearly, you stop letting it drive the car. You shift from reacting to reclaiming. Knowing the fear gives you power over it. It tells you where the edge is, and that's exactly where your growth lives. All right, step number 2, start small. Don't start with your boss or in a high-stakes conversation if that feels terrifying. That's like trying to deadlift 200 pounds on your first gym day. We build strength with reps, not with pressure. Practice with someone low risk, a friend, a partner, a barista. Say, actually, I ordered this without milk. Or, that doesn't work for me. Let your nervous system learn that the world won't end when you speak your truth. Each tiny moment is a vote for your voice. You're not being rude, you are being honest. And honesty, especially from women who were taught to keep the peace at all costs, is revolutionary. All right, step number 3, own your voice with I statements. I statements are my favorites. This is where emotional clarity meets power. Instead of launching with blame, like, you never let me talk, try leading with your experience. I feel overwhelmed when I'm interrupted. This not only honors your truth, it reduces the chance of triggering defensiveness in others. You're not minimizing your feelings. You are communicating them in a way that helps the focus on your lived experience. And who can argue with that? It's about staying rooted in your emotional landscape, not swinging at someone else's. And trust me, this shift can be game-changing in relationships, work meetings, even tough family conversations. Because when you speak from the I, you stay in your lane. Strong, clear, and grounded. Step number 4, use your body language. Sit or stand tall like you mean it. Own your space. Roll those shoulders back, plant your feet, and connect with your breath from deep in your belly. This is not just about looking confident, it's about feeling it. Because your nervous system listens to your posture. When your body stands strong, your mind follows. Make eye contact, not to dominate, but to connect. Let your gestures be intentional. Even how you hold your hands can speak volumes. Assertiveness isn't just about the words you choose. It's a full body expression of self-trust. So take up space. Occupy it boldly. Confidence is not just a thought. It's an embodied presence. Step number 5. Practice mirror talk. I swear by this one, and not just because it sounds like a scene from a movie montage. This is about rewiring how you connect to your own voice. Look yourself in the mirror, really look, and practice saying what you want to say out loud, not just in your head, not as a whisper, out loud, like you mean it. It might feel awkward at first, but that discomfort that you feel, that's your growth edge. You're building a neural bridge between thought and voice, and the mirror gives you the feedback of your own power. Hear your voice. See your strength. Own your presence. Because if you can say it to yourself, you're already halfway to saying it to the world. Step number 6. Celebrate small wins. Every time you say no, ask for clarity, or state a need, celebrate it like you just won the damn lottery. Seriously, don't let it slip by unnoticed. Write it down in your journal. Voice memo it to yourself. Text a friend who gets it. Post it in our Facebook group if you're feeling bold. Give the other queens in the Facebook group the opportunity to celebrate your power. These are not small acts. They are resistance in motion. Every assertive moment is a powerful breadcrumb leading you back to yourself, to your truest self. The more you acknowledge them, the more your brain learns to associate speaking up with pride and power instead of fear and fallout. Build that internal evidence that you can do this, that you are doing this, and that your voice deserves a freaking standing ovation, even if the crowd is just you in your mirror at first. And the final, step number 7, find or create safe spaces. If your workplace, family, or friend group shames you for speaking up, hear this loud and clear. It's not you. It's the environment that's broken. Healthy spaces do not punish honesty. They make room for it. Start paying attention to who celebrates you versus who tries to mute you. Seek out communities, friendships, support groups, or even online spaces where your truth isn't just tolerated, it's welcomed, encouraged, and amplified. And if you can't find one that feels right, build it. Start a voice-positive circle, a group chat, a writing group, anything that reminds you that your voice is not only safe, it's sacred. Being around people who make you feel seen when you're most honest, that's not just support. That, my friends, is healing. Here's a journal prompt for those of you who enjoy journaling. When was the last time I swallowed my truth? What stopped me? What would I have said if fear wasn't driving the bus? Then write it out. Speak it out loud. Feel your voice coming home to you. I promise you, this work, it's worth it. It's worth the discomfort. This, my friends, is how we change the world, one voice at a time. All right, let's drop into some soul nourishment with our quote of the week. Maggie Kuhn states, "Speak your mind, even if your voice shakes." Say it with me, ladies. Speak, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're not sure how it will land. Because every time you do, you make it easier for the next woman to speak up too. This is how we rewrite the culture. All right, Hive, it's your turn. Speak up once this week. Just once. Choose a moment at work, at dinner, in your journal, in your group chat, where you choose your voice over silence. And when you do, celebrate it like the radical act that it is. Share it in our Facebook group. Tag the Hint Hive. Let us shout with you. There is power in numbers. Together we rise. And as always, if this episode lit something in you, do me a favor. Subscribe, drop a review, and pass this to your fiercest friends. The more that we talk about this, the more we normalize women taking up space loudly. Ladies, you are not too much. You are not too loud. You are not difficult. You are powerful, and that makes people uncomfortable. Let them squirm. Until next time, queens, speak loud, stand tall, and never, ever apologize for your power. Stay bold, stay brilliant, and stay in your truth. Love you all. This podcast is powered by Kelly Hint Empowerment Coaching, as well as Kelly M. Hint LMHC and The Cranky Counselor. To find out more about coaching services, head over to CoachKellyHint.com. If you'd like to know more about the psychotherapy services I offer to individuals within the state of New York, you can check out KellyMHint.com. And if you'd like to learn more about aromatherapy, you can check out TheCrankyCounselor.com.